If you wander into the woods today, be warned, it's best not to go alone. Under the dense canopy where the winding paths twist and double back on themselves, each towering tree looks just like the last. Shadows gather thick here, drawn to the roots of the ancient oaks, hiding things that thrive in the darkness. It's easy to lose yourself in Sherwood's depths, but it isn't losing your way that you should fear the most. The forest is alive with stories, some older than the trees themselves. Legends whisper through the mist, and something or someone is always listening. Step lightly, as each rustle and snap echoes in the silence, as if eyes follow from the darkness between the branches. The shadows hold more than just the memory of those who have walked here before. Old spirits, guardians of the woods, they say, linger on, resentful of trespassers. As we move deeper into the forest, brushing past the legends like cobwebs, the air thickens with the weight of the past. You may feel a chill, a prickling on the back of your neck, or catch a glimpse of a figure flickering at the edge of your vision. Step too close to certain places, and you might just witness history play out in ghostly forms, repeating moments trapped in time. So take my hand, we'll trace the steps of the haunted souls that wandered these paths, and together we'll dare to explore the forbidden haunts of Sherwood Forest. Sherwood Forest is said to be one of the most haunted places in all of the UK, and with a blood-soaked history stretching back through the centuries, it's no wonder. For countless years, the dark woodland was a haven for thieves, cutthroats and bandits lurking in the shadows, waiting to rob, beat, or even kill unwary travellers. Those who ventured here took their lives in their own hands, knowing that many before them had met their end amongst these trees. Each murder, each act of betrayal left its mark on Sherwood, soaking the soil with violence and fear. While many criminals copied the infamous Robin Hood over the years, the spirit of the legendary outlaw himself is said to linger still, appearing to those with the gift to sense the beyond. Mediums and paranormal investigators report strange sightings and whispered messages, faint shadows darting through the dense foliage, vanishing like mist as quickly as they appear. They say the very soul of Sherwood carries the essence of Robin Hood, his spirit unable to abandon the place he made so infamous. So let's delve into some of these stories before you take to the wooded path. The White Lady is one of Sherwood's most enduring legends, often described as a figure dressed in a tattered, ethereal white gown, her face pale and sorrowful. Local lore suggests she may be the spirit of a noblewoman who died tragically, perhaps a woman who was separated from her child or killed by outlaws on a treacherous journey through the forest. Visitors who have encountered her report feeling a sudden drop in temperature as she appears, often accompanied by a faint mist that cloaks her form. Her movements are graceful yet haunting, as though she is only half aware of her surroundings. Witnesses often report hearing her soft weeping or the eerie sound of child's laughter nearby. But there is never a physical source for these sounds. Local guides warn travellers not to look directly into her face, as her gaze is rumoured to leave a person feeling drained or emotionally disturbed for days afterwards. Robin Hood's legend remains entwined with Sherwood Forest, and many believe that his spirit lingers, guarding the trees and trails he once called home. The major oak, a massive tree estimated to be over 1,000 years old, is often cited as his haunt. Paranormal investigators have experienced strange phenomena here: electrical equipment malfunctions, sudden chills, and unexplained whispers in the air. Some claim to have seen a shadowy figure resembling a tall man with a bow, watching from a distance, as though still patrolling his territory. In rare cases, Visitors have reported hearing faint strains of laughter or the twang of a bowstring, evoking the legendary figure's spirit of rebellion. Some historians believe that Robin's soul might be bound here because he spent much of his life in Sherwood, both fighting for justice and evading capture. His restless energy is thought to be part of the forest itself, as though he lives on within the very roots of Sherwood. These figures are commonly described as tall, cloaked shapes moving silently through the forest, often around twilight or on misty mornings. Witnesses have reported that they appear with their heads lowered, their faces obscured beneath heavy hoods, and seem to glide more than walk. Some researchers believe these spirits are connected to ancient druidic rites performed in Sherwood long before the forest became associated with Robin Hood. The Druids revered nature and conducted sacred rituals under the full moon, and it is thought that Sherwood's ancient oaks were once revered as mystical symbols of life and wisdom. Visitors who encountered these figures often feel a strange sense of calm mixed with awe, though others have reported feeling an intense unease, as if they are intruding on something sacred. The figures usually vanish quickly, melting back into the shadows of the trees as if protecting the secrets of their ancient rites. The Witch's Bowl is a notorious location within Sherwood, marked by a circular clearing surrounded by gnarled and twisted trees. This area has a heavy, eerie atmosphere that is nearly palpable. Many people say they feel watched as soon as they enter the clearing. Local legend claims that witches used this site centuries ago to conduct forbidden rites, possibly including sacrifices. And paranormal teams have reported unusual magnetic readings here, and some visitors have seen inexplicable lights or felt intense nausea. Chants and whispers in an unfamiliar language are often heard here, even when no one is present, and strange symbols appear scratched into nearby tree bark. Many claim that standing in the centre of the Witch's Bowl can cause vertigo or overwhelming feelings of despair. The ground in this area is said to feel different, as though it holds the memories of dark rituals, and many locals refuse to enter this clearing, believing it to be cursed. During World War II, parts of Sherwood Forest were used by the Sherwood Foresters Regiment for training, leaving an imprint of their experiences on the land. Those walking through this area sometimes hear sounds from the past, gunfire, commands and marching, as though the forest itself is replaying these wartime memories. Witnesses have described hearing the crunch of boots on the forest floor and faint voices calling out in military formation. Strange mists frequently appear in this part of the forest, particularly in photographs, even when the air is clear. Paranormal investigators have reported receiving words like war, soldier, and training through ITC devices, leading them to believe that the spirits of the soldiers who once trained here remain tethered to Sherwood. Some visitors claim they have seen full-bodied apparitions of soldiers, often appearing confused or purposeful, as if still completing their drills. One of the most chilling encounters involved a woman who heard a soldier whisper, "Hold your ground," just before feeling an icy touch on her shoulder. Visitors to Sherwood frequently report the sensation of being followed by invisible footsteps. These sounds usually start softly, just a few steps behind, before growing louder, almost as if whatever is behind them is getting closer. The footsteps are commonly heard on secluded paths, and when visitors turn around, they find no one is there. Those who linger in one spot often report feeling something brushing past them, or hear a quiet, breathy whisper. Some speculate that these footsteps belong to travellers who were murdered in the forest. Their souls doomed to retrace their final steps over and over again. Others believe it's the spirits of bandits, constantly prowling for their next victim, still eager to pounce on those who wander too far into the woods alone. The presence of these footsteps has been so consistent over the years that locals advise visitors to ignore them and keep moving, lest they invite further attention. As we wander through the shadowy depths of Sherwood Forest, we've uncovered tales that chill the spine and linger in the mind. From the sorrowful whispers of the White Lady to the ominous footsteps of the restless dead, this ancient wood holds secrets that time has not erased. If these stories have stirred your imagination, don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you experienced the supernatural in Sherwood, or do you have your own ghost stories to tell? I'd love to hear from you. And remember, the next time you venture into the woods, keep your eyes open and your heart brave. Who knows what spirits may be watching you from the shadows? If you've enjoyed our journey today, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on our latest adventures into the eerie and the unknown. Until next time, stay curious and keep looking over your shoulder. You never know what might be lurking just behind the trees.